Entitled friend acts like she can be as mean as she wants without consequences. I'm not really sure where this goes, but I think here seems appropriate. So I have this friend that just kinda acts like the world revolves around her. She'll block you in the blink of an eye. Yet almost everything she does is 50 times worse than what you did to her. Claim 1. She hates when people say that something she did was wrong and will defend whatever outrageous thing she did with her life. Claim 2. She overall is just someone that likes to put others down for no reason. Claim 3. I'll start with claim 1. There was this one time that she blocked me for months because I didn't give her my assigned seat. We're still in school. I always let her sit there, and I would normally pull up a chair. The desks were arranged into tables, because I was always late and she would get there before me. That one day I got there before her, so I sat in my assigned seat. She got there and demanded that I got up. I told her that it was technically my seat. She said that she always sat there, and I always pulled up a chair, so I should just pull one up. I said back that I let her sit there because I was always late, and she got there before me. I asked why she wouldn't pull up a chair. She got mad and said I was being extra and called me a bitch before sitting at her actual assigned seat. I tried to message her after school to apologize, but she had already blocked me. The second time she blocked me was only for 5 days, but I feel like it also wasn't really justified. We were in art class, working on a group project. We included an eagle in the drawing. The person that drew the sketch gave the eagle no legs. We made a small joke about it and continued drawing. She was drawing the final drawing. She also drew the eagle without any legs, and I wanted to make a small joke, so I did. I giggled and said, "Why did you draw it like that?" I meant it in a light-hearted way and had said something similar to the first eagle drawing. She immediately started yelling at me to shut the fuck up because I couldn't draw any better. The teacher was the one that actually told her to stop. I was honestly really shocked, so I just stammered out a small sorry and we left. After school, I wanted to apologize better because I assumed that she was just stressed out because we were running out of time. I tried to message her, but I was blocked. About 5 days later, she randomly started talking to me again. During art class, she laughed at me because I was judging her when I couldn't draw shit. The third time, it wasn't me that she blocked, but it was one of my best friends. Just so it isn't too confusing, I'll call this friend N. This happened around the same time that she blocked me for the first time. She said that N was a fake friend. I really didn't know much about the reasons for this. That's all I was told. I would like to say that N is one of the best, nicest, and most supportive people I've met, so it really surprised me that that was the reason for her blocking N. The second time that N was blocked was because N had something happen in her home life and didn't really want to talk to anyone. Because of that, N changed her status so others wouldn't message her. About 3 days later, N messaged A but forgot to update her status again. A then messaged me saying that N was just seeking attention. When I told her that N normally doesn't like to talk to others when she's upset, so it's not really something you can get mad at her for, I just kinda dismissed it and blocked N anyway. I'm not really sure what claim this next story would fall under, but this one seems right. So, me and A were sitting to each other in class. After she unblocked me the first time, but before the second time, we got candy for something. We were joking around, and I jokingly tapped her forehead with my candy bar. It was still wrapped, so I wasn't getting chocolate on her or anything. Her response to that was to slap me in the face with the back of her hand. I asked her why she did that, and she said I should have never touched her. She had never told me about her boundaries when it came to touching, so I didn't know. Claim 2. A is in a lot of Discord servers, and in one there was someone that had a crush on her. I think that person did something bad and A stopped talking to them. The person tried to apologize and said they were going to KTS if A didn't respond. A didn't respond, and a few months later, she messaged the person but they didn't respond. A then came to the conclusion that they actually did it. I'm not defending what this person said by any means, but what it did after thinking that she was the reason for someone doing such a thing was horrible. She laughed about it. She would laugh if anyone brought it up and even bragged about it. Another thing happened in a different Discord server. Someone in the server posted a pic of a knife and made a poll asking if they should do it. By do it, they meant SH. A voted yes to this poll, then sent me a SS of it. She was joking about how she was the only person to say yes. I asked her why she would say that, and she kept making excuses. She said that the person was mentally ill for asking that. She said it wasn't like she was putting the knife in their hand and telling them to do it. She said that the person wasn't going to actually do it. She said that the person was only seeking attention. and she said that if they did do it, then they were an idiot. I told her that none of that made it okay for her to say that to someone for no reason. She simply responded with a yawning emoji, asking me if I was done yet. Claim 3. It obviously isn't horrible to just random people, but to her friends too. We have this one friend that is barely overweight, and she loves to call him fat at every opportunity. She also is really fond of calling him stupid. The next friend I'll call S. Me and S had a friend that once made a joke about confessing his feelings to her. After that, he clarified that it was a joke, and S never had feelings for him, so it wasn't taken badly or anything. Once I found out about this, she said of course it was a joke. Who would like her fat ass? When I asked why she would say that, she just said that it was the truth. I know I didn't see the real extent that she bullied other two, but that's all I can remember right now. As for me, I love to call me names. She called me fat if I did anything like eating. She did this to lots of people, so this wasn't really special from her. She always had backhanded compliments for me. They normally were just calling me dumb by saying, even understood it faster than you. She knows that I'm trans, but she loved to call me flat. I always said, you're just jealous of me because you're flat and I'm not. I always responded with, no, I'm not. I'm trans, you know that. And I always said, just saying, like it was meant to make me feel bad. I was never good at drawing, and A was, so she always had something negative to say about anything I drew. I once drew something for a project and showed it to her because I was proud of it. She said, you used a reference for the hair, didn't you? I told her yes, and she said, I knew you couldn't come up with that. It made me feel really bad about something I was initially proud of. She liked to drag on jokes that put others down. I once said that I was as black as something the color black. I kinda just awkwardly laughed at it. Apparently, that was an invitation to continue. I then went on to list about 20 different things that were the color black that she could see. When you thought that she was done, she would say one more. She even started calling my name a slur. She said that it was an insult to call anyone by my name. A was being used to refer to the entitled friend if that wasn't clear. That's kind of it. I can't think of anything else. All this happened in the span of about 3 years. If you think that I need some criticism, don't be afraid to give it. Edit. I realized that I didn't give a piece of information that might be important to the story. So, I blocked me and N for the first time around the same time. It was during the last half of the year, and our entire friend group just dropped her, removed her from group chats, and stopped talking at school. None of us talked to her for the rest of the school year and the entire summer. Early in the next school year, it started to talk to us again because most of us had core classes together. We all know that A is really problematic, and most of the problems within our friend group start with her. We've just agreed to not start any sort of drama with her, hence us still talking to her. I know it doesn't make much sense, but we all just want a school experience without drama.